Why Gopi is such a gaur dumb. Saath Nivaana Saathiya Indian drama review. We all have seen Gopi always bowing her head in front of Kokila. Why does Gopi behave in this way? Do you think she is actually that dumb and naive as she looks? Gopi was an orphan who gets to become the rich daughter-in-law of Modi family with a big house and full of jewelries. Well, growing up, Gopi had a dark side in her which existed for not existing any caregivers or loved ones. Gopi deliberately acts submissive in front of Kokila to show her what a loser and perverted mother-in-law she is. Though, Kokila being the smartest, understands Gopi's mockery and becomes more cruel to her and treats her like a free slave who is destined to be dominated by her. In some scenes, Kokila talks pridely about Gopi to show her what self-sacrificing, overloaded, worthless loser she is. Gopi, instead of getting hurt by that, chooses to act submissive without any hesitation as usual. If we notice deeply, we also see Gopi gives manly vibes. She lacks of feminine vibes and softness, which also reflects from her flat body. Besides, she isn't interested in protecting her feminine energy. As we see, she takes part in cooking and cleaning, arranging decorations in the house. She also doesn't like to groom herself with makeup and fancy saris like Rashi, which reveals more about her. Overall, it makes sense that there is a man lives inside her who adjusted with strict Modi family well, because of her homemaking skills. Because of the existence of man inside Gopi, she accepted her dramatic life in Modi house through arranged marriage with a him. If she was feminine, she would have never accepted her husband not loving her and saying her cruel words with cruel behavior. Because of her manly behavior, she didn't care about a him too.
You know, I think I'll tell you the story. I was running something a long time ago, and now I can't believe it. No, it doesn't pretty much like this.
If you were the Christmas day, I could give you Coca-Cola. Even if it was cold, babe, don't worry, I'll be there for you. I've not seen going down there, I know you feel good night and after. And so far too long inside of you, the scars and tears will run. You'll be fine, don't worry, I might have to get this one. Say when the Christmas day.
From the start of the drama, Rashi has been a big fan of Modi house. She is enchanted with that in a way that feels like she will become Queen Elizabeth if she lives there. She targets their big house, lots of heavy jewelries and the smelly bags from big malls. She wants to be their daughter-in-law to get out of their shabby house. Digital-minded Rashi thinks she is meant to live in there. By the way, when rich Kokila from Modi house to see a girl for her son, she liked grown-up crier Gopi. She saw Rashi and instantly disliked her. I don't what exactly drew Kokila towards Gopi. It was like Gopi was sponge and Kokila was the water of anger and domination. They drew towards each other like dog and bone. Gopi was a bone that Kokila would love to lick every day through her control and one-sided rules. But she won't swallow Gopi, as she is never tired of her taste. Rashi should have been happy to see how her life was saved from such a mother-in-law. Her cousin Gopi became the scapegoat instead. But she was too obsessed with being worshipped despite being admirable for who she was. She couldn't consume illiterate, dumb, dwarf Gopi reaching in her perceived high position. Anyways, seeing Gopi's glowy future through her eyes, Rashi became her sister-in-law. What was ruined if one marriage proposal was ruined? Rashi could have been married to any rich family in the city. But she couldn't let Gopi go out of her eyes to hear constant golden news from distant. Orphan Gopi should be destined to be ill-fated and continues living her life with that smeared face. Rashi is used to get pleasure from her house, she being the daughter and Gopi being the maid. Her one and only source of superiority can't become the reasons of her misery to turn her life upside down. After their marriage in the same house, Rashi kept playing with Gopi's naiveness and started to put her on trouble. Gopi's husband Ahem hates her totally. He doesn't look into her face, doesn't share her pain. While Rashi has sweet cute loving relationship with her husband. Anyways naughty-minded Rashi told Gopi to sew, "I love you," on his handkerchief. Gopi naively sewed that thinking this is his name. I don't know how this cloth reached to Ahem, as he hated her so much. But then when he opened the handkerchief, his colleagues saw, "I love you," written on that and then laughed. Ahem felt embarrassed, grossed out and angry on Gopi. This scene brutally says about his feelings for her. And we also get to know how Rashi is infectious to make Gopi embarrassed. Rashi also wears gorgeous sari and comes in front of Gopi in the excuse of talking. She shows off herself as someone precious for wearing something so glittering. But simple Gopi feels confused instead of feeling anger. And deep inside Rashi can feel that too. I guess Rashi does all that conspiracy with her cousin just to have fun. Also, Kokila's constant attempts to attack Rashi with her non-existent mistakes makes her irritated. But when she sees Kokila to worship and bragging about Gopi while putting her down, she is enraged. As if her self-esteem has been attacked and she needs to give some hot head to Kokila too. Rashi knows, Kokila has kept Gopi as her pride from her head. Bringing Gopi down will bring Kokila down too. Kokila will thrown to the real world to see she isn't even a dust of the crown. This will make Kokila hate Gopi for not being perfectly submissive and illiterate. So, she is making the two snakes fighting against each other. Kokila is always literally pouring her venom on Rashi. It's because she is toxic and wants to feel pleasure by treating Rashi like a maid. Kokila thinks by doing that she will make Rashi scared, painfully strained. But Rashi isn't a scared girl as Kokila thinks. She very well knows how to boil the water and make you put your hand on that thinking it's cold.
You know, I think
Years before, Kokila saw Gaura's brother Karunesh messing with her sister Jigna's veil. She immediately went to the villagers and complained about him. The villagers threw away Gaura's family out of the village. Her brother Karunesh died out of shame. Gaura got her one eye blinded while saving Karunesh. Later, Jigna told Gaura, Karunesh was innocent. Gaura remorsed about her brother's death and set her mind on the fire of revenge. Now, did Gaura's brother died because of Kokila? Nobody killed her brother. He killed himself. He was too weak to take the name of harassing women by villagers. So, he glorified his innocence and character and killed himself. Gaura made the incident like her innocent brother never looked at any girl. But still, he got killed out of Kokila's defamation. I agree it was sad when her family got thrown out of the village like insects. Then didn't find any job to support the family. But a brother who gives up instead of becoming a shield to his family. How capable do you think he is to live on the earth? In addition, Karunesh never even saw a girl, which indicates to his antisocial, weird personality. That means he is definitely different from other fluent man or people in the village. It's possible Karunesh was just fed up with his life and killed himself for no reason. A person who doesn't even talk with a girl won't celebrate their life problems in public. It's a total nonsense when you say someone killed them out of shame. A person only feels suicidal when they truly doesn't have anyone to care about them. Karunesh had his sister Gaura, who didn't even care about her eyes while saving him from fire. What sorrow made him took his life then? There are a lot of misfortune people in India who has to go through these kind of false accusations. Did they take their own lives? Because of Gaura's anger, a young and classy girl like Meera got married to Dharam, who was her father's age. It's like an egg breaking its shell before it's even grown up as a chick. Oh no. It was interesting the way Gaura made Kokila suffer. She ruined her granddaughter's lives. Then trapped Kokila in a way that separated her from her family. Though, later Kokila went back to her family, she was never respected like before. She was told to stay away and live on her own because she was becoming a threat to the family members. So, Gaura was successful indeed. As everything happened according to her planning and she lost nothing. But her enemies has suffered a hell.